This is beautiful. Hey there, my name is Simon, and I haven't plugged in my headphones. And we got a pair of shorts on me right now. And that's in disappointment of my. Oh, now I know why I can't hear anything. I hadn't plugged in, but I had a volume turned down. That explains it. That explains it. Yeah, I'm just very annoyed with myself. Or not annoyed with myself, really. I just don't have any power to have control over myself or my life at the moment. Or I can't control when I go to sleep or awake when I wake. I don't know. I don't have any control over it. So now I'm sitting in a pair of shorts and a blanket and recording a video. It's very frustrating, but at least Halloween's coming up. That probably won't solve my fucked up day and night cycle, my sleeping schedule. It will only. It's just. I like Halloween. First of all, I really like to go and light a candle at the graveyard we have here. We have a quite beautiful graveyard. The only problem I have with it is that it has a little bit too much gravel on some parts of it. There's a lot of beautiful bushes and a lot of trees, and it's just a very beautiful little graveyard. But yeah, as I said, there's quite a lot of gravel, both for paths, but also for some of the graves or future graves are in gravel too, I think. So it looks a little bit gray, a little bit too gravelly on some surfaces, but it's not a big problem. But yeah. So when Halloween's coming up, there's always a ton of people lighting candles there. Especially both at the graves, but I always light the candle at the mm, what's it called? It's like almost like a monument to some extent, but for people that are cremated, and my father is cremated. So I think that's nice not to have a grave. I don't think it's necessary to. I don't know if I would want to go and be next to his rotting corpse just 1-2 meters away from his rotting corpse, next to a lot of others. I think I want to be cremated too. I don't see much glory in being dug down into the ground, especially when the world is overpopulated. It feels like a waste of space. But I mean, I'm fine that people choose whatever they choose, but I'm not really interested in being dug down in a hole. But that might change. I don't know what the options will be when I die. I mean, there's quite many years left, so hopefully, I mean, I could die today. But yeah, so I mean, it's always beautiful there, so I will probably take my camera with me, light a candle or two, and then I think I might light one for my dad and one for my grandparents, I guess. The three of them that have passed away at least. I mean, not much, not much use of lighting a grave candle for my living grandma. It's my father's grandmother that's still alive. She's the only one of my grandparents that's alive. It's a little bit ironic, or not ironic really, it's just more sad that, I mean, all my grandparents and my father has passed away, but not my father's mother. I mean, it's not quite the right order of things, but that's life, I guess. But yeah, as I said, I just love being at the graveyard at the memorial, yeah, and light some candles there. It's super beautiful, extremely beautiful. Just all the candles, and just because they're lit for, is it 48 hours usually? 48, 72 hours. I mean, a lot of candles are accumulated by then, so. And it's usually quite dark when I get there. And it's usually quite dark overall in this time of year because the fall is coming, or it's middle of fall. So. It's rainy, it's gray, it's. Yeah, it's fucking Swedish fall. It's horrible most times. It's not very nice, usually. It can be very beautiful, but it's just majority of it is horrible. So yeah, I just realized at least I feel better this year than I did the last. Last year I remember, the funny thing is I recorded a vlog, or I did vlogs around here too, even a year ago. But that's way before I started doing this regular or semi-regular, because, or I've done them regular now for a while, but I haven't uploaded the last one I did, which I will do at the same time as I upload this, and then I will just schedule this an hour or two behind or something. Maybe more indeed. Yeah. I don't know, I'm very annoyed with myself. Recently woke up. Is that the water I used? That can't be. It is the water I used. Yeah, it's still cold. So sorry. Shouldn't put my glance down on hardwood surface. A lot of vibrations. I don't have a mic stand or shock mount. Yeah, it's just, yeah. As I were saying, I'm feeling a lot better so far this year than I did the last. My life for a bit of, it's still a mess, but I had some more things in my mind around then too. And it was around the time also, I think, when the girl who liked me, I liked her too to some extent, who I were interested in, who went there last year, who graduated. I mean, I think it was around then things started to get a little bit tricky because she wanted more from our relation, or make our relation a relation more, or, I mean, in the sense of something actually happening. I think it was around here we kissed, actually. Before that, even, I guess. And I don't know, I just had a horrible year last year, so I wasn't so. It's hard to. I mean, I wasn't really looking for love then. I think that's the main stopper. I don't really know why I didn't give it a shot, but it didn't feel right at the moment. And I think it might be just because of my overall mental state around then. I was just, yeah, a lot of trouble on my mind, a lot of things to think about. Then the romantical part about it, or is knowing someone, or yeah, that someone most likely is in love in you, or have feelings, or are interested in you to some extent at least. I mean, that didn't make it easier either because I didn't feel completely the same way. I was interested in her and I liked her as a friend, but I felt some attraction, but not like all the way. And then, I mean, she tried to move things forward, and I wasn't quite ready for it, I guess. I mean, I'm not sure if I would never ever would have been with her. I mean, maybe I would. Just I wasn't interested in that way, but it's very hard to tell. I don't know that. I'm just speculating, but I mean, it didn't do things better that I was basically depressed last year. It's easier for me to look back now as periods as I may have been depressed, especially while I've been studying now in college. Because I haven't really considered myself depressed for a very long time, but when I look into the past 2 years, then I still like I by now I think I were depressed, but I couldn't detect it. And that's a bit worrying if I can't detect it anymore, if I'm depressed or not. It's hard to know too. It might be just emotional periods for me because I'm a very emotional person overall. And I have periods where I'm just, yeah, both crying a lot and just feeling crap and not doing much. I mean, that kind of is a depression too, but I also fall into those patterns sometimes just a short amount of time, like a week or something. I just need a few days to recover, to regain my energy, basically, or just to figure some things out in my head. And then I also get like that, almost at least. Almost. I don't know, it's strange. Depression is strange, anxiety is strange, life is strange, romance and love is also really fucking strange. There's very few things that are not strange. Like, if you're able to bring up something to me that isn't strange, I commend you. Like, if you watch this, write something that isn't strange at all, something that's perfectly explainable and makes total sense and isn't weird at all. I can't come up with anything, at least. Especially man nipples. They're fucking strange. What are they for? Why are we allowed to show them? We see. Oh, so much paper. At least I turned off the volume for you. Wouldn't be quite nice hearing my nose blowing from this distance. Or maybe I can judge what you're into. Maybe you're into that. Nose blowing is maybe your sexual trigger. Hashtag sexual trigger. Well, it's 7:54. I woke up 25 minutes ago, more or less. And I had some strange dream. I don't remember, but when I was like half sleeping in my bed, I for some reason remember that I was shielding my friends. I don't know why. I've been playing too much Heroes of the Storm, probably. Most likely. It felt very Heroes of the Stormy. That's what I've done too much lately, playing Heroes of the Storm. I mean, I easily fall into that game. It's a game I played a lot the last few years. It's been basically my teddy bear. Teddy bear. In the sense of, I don't know, comfort game, the go-to game. A lot. I've spent almost a month in that game since I moved here 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago almost. Fuck, I'm soon graduating, or I don't know how the graduation will go, but holy shit. That's fucking strange. Not long time left now. Or it's still almost a year. It's like 8 months. But that's nothing. I'm waiting for a letter soon that I've been anticipating for 2 years now about, and I got some news before about this time that really, it's basically what really fucked up my study. After receiving that information, I don't know, I just got broken by the news of it. And I can go into detail into it, but I really don't. So, or I do want it, but I don't know. Not now's not the time. I mean, I have a strange, or I don't know how open I want, or I want to be open with basically everything on these. But when I have no audience, I don't know in my general audience, if I ever get one, how they will act. So, and I'm also thinking about like future employers and stuff that may stumble over this, and some things I think can possibly or actually ruin my or make my chances of getting a job or similar harder if I was very open about exactly everything that happened to me. At least if you only see that part of it, if you only stumble on me explaining a part without the rest of, like, if you watch the entirety of my videos, you probably will have a fairly good understanding of my life or parts of it and who I am. But if you only watch a video where I expose something quite personal, or some people might have a lot of opinions about, it's not that bad, honestly. Like, it's not. I thought it were a few years ago, but now I'm starting to get fine with it. But it's very vague when I talk about it like this. So I'm just going to give you a cliffhanger for a few months or forever, or I don't know. I will give you a cliffhanger, so hang on for dear life because it's gonna take a while. Well, that's it. Goodbye. I'm gonna upload these very soon, and I'm gonna make some food, and I'm going to make some chores, and yeah, that's my day. I don't know how the fuck I'm going to turn back my day and night cycle. Well, goodbye.